Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Friday night, which means it's time for some stories. Gentleman's Story Hour. If we are we gentlemen, Joker? Are we?
Well, that's depending on what you think a gentleman is, but yeah.
I mean, we sometimes get some ladies watching. So, I mean, we have to be gentlemen around the ladies, don't we?
Speak for yourself.
Hello, Halakar. Hello, Jean. How are you, chaps? How are you, chaps, on this wild and windy and wet evening? It's been horrid here.
And
I know
definitely not necessarily in that order.
No. If it had just been wild and wet, it might be considered to be quite pleasant. It could conjure up thoughts, but windy certainly doesn't. Hello, Iman. Windy certainly doesn't conjure up pleasant thoughts. No. But no. We need to behave ourselves.
Shall we get on?
Andy? No, let's not. Let's misbehave. Let's be dickheads all stream. I've got work tomorrow anyway, so yes. No work this Sunday though. No work this Sunday until the evening. But I have to. Well, evening. I say I have to start work about 4. Do my quiz in the evening. Oh, Daniel, you're traveling. Okay. Anywhere nice? Or have you been somewhere nice? Or by traveling, do you mean staggering back from a pub that's further away than usual? You never know with Daniel. You never know.
Funeral.
Funeral. Oh, yeah. I remember you saying. Was it last Friday or Saturday you mentioned it? Did it go all right? Was it okay? I mean, as good as it could be.
Can be.
Yeah. Never nice, are they, funerals? No. Anyway, on that really, really happy note, what have we done? I've done nothing of note whatsoever since Wednesday. Have you done anything of note since Wednesday? Anything important remotely?
No, nothing really.
No, nothing. It's just been a Thursday and a Friday at work for me.
Apart from next Tuesday, I'll be going to see Spontaneous Potter, an improv group of Harry Potter.
All right, so you won't be at.
That is also the other news why I'm telling you. Yeah,
you won't be at Cthulhu next Tuesday.
No.
Okay. No worries. Halakar's had a hectic day. He tried entering his dachshund in a race, and they told him he couldn't because it was already a wiener. Yes, I get it. Joker, do you need that joke explaining to you?
No, I got it.
You got it. It just went quiet.
I was just letting it sink in. That's all I do.
Yeah. So have the rest of you been keeping in chat? Obviously, Daniel's had a bit of a stressful day. You all coping okay? Any gaming in it? Badum-tish, in other words. Yeah. Badum-tish. Any nearly murderized three PCs in a 5e game last night. Well done, Andy. That takes some going with 5e. So I think a round of applause is needed for Andy there, because it can be hard. It can be a real bind challenging the players consistently in that game. Really, really difficult. Hello, Keith.
You PC and you haven't got a sound effects board.
I should have got. Well, the thing. I thought about adding a little stream deck thing board next to the computer for it, but that would have been an extra 60 or 70 quid, and I was already spending 2,100. on this.
Yeah, what's
This
an extra
computer.
70 quid odd for 2,000 odd?
I'm not going to take the piss, to be honest. It's something I can add in future.
Yeah.
I've got to work out how to use triple monitors properly now, because I was just all over the place. I've got a problem because I've got I've got about 5 monitors I can choose from, but they're all different sizes, and triples. I want it to be able to share an image, which is split across all 3, and getting that to line up and work. Yeah, no, you need, yeah. 3 the same size really would help. So, oh well. He had a 3rd level PC almost die over the weekend, but it's already his 3rd character, so it was no real surprise. He's the Iman of the group, is he? Yeah. I need to run Iman through Paranoia. Can we play a game of Paranoia at some point? I know it's not everyone's favourite RPG, but may have to do it. Yeah, I haven't got 3 identical screens. That's the problem. I've just got old tellies and old monitors that my kids used to use for their Xboxes and things like that. For example, my daughter's just had a brand new telly in her room, so I'm using her old one, which is a big ass thing here. And then I've got tellies that previously came out of their rooms either side, which are both smaller. So the main one's 32-inch, the 2 side ones are 24-inch.
Okay, for some.
Yeah. But no, I had a right palaver doing that. Couldn't get it all to line up properly. So I'm running on 3 screens at the moment, but it's not 3 screens all sort of combined. I can drag and drop between the screens, which is quite nice. I've got the stream on there, that one, and I've got Albert on here. So nicely spread out. Right. Anyway, we've got a book to read, haven't we? We've got a book to read. Yes. And I've got here 132. When did this start? 9 minutes ago, Straw. 8 minutes. You haven't missed anything. Yeah, resolution. Yeah, I know. That's what I found out, Mr. Baker. That's what I found out. It was just nah. I was trying to set it up for iRacing, so my main cockpit was the big one, and the 2 side windows were the 2 smaller ones. Couldn't get it to go. So yeah, it was horrible. You do have good timing, Straw Piglet. You do have good timing. So, shall we begin? I'm going to read. Yes. We're at 37. I've already put here turn to 132, but I'm going to read 37 again, so you're all familiar with where we are.
Let's have a recap. Yes.
Yeah. I've got this nice little heater down here. You might see a little orange glow coming up here. Fighting back your revulsion, you put your hands to your head and begin to batter and tug at the protoplasmic blob. You can feel its cold, sticky mouths attempting to anchor themselves in your skin. But you keep your hands moving, and you discover that the monster has surprisingly little resilience. It soon drops to the ground, where you hack it into tiny pieces with your sword. When you look inside your backpack, you find that the Kiss of Death protoplasm has devoured 2 portions of your rations. Everything else is unharmed. I can see I've already gone down from 3 rations to 1, so I've already crossed that off. So, return to 132. If you have any rations, you can eat a meal now. And we've got 1 left. Remember to deduct it from your adventure sheet and to restore up to 4 points of stamina if you've lost any. Well, we're down 4. Do we use this opportunity to recover those 4? Yes or no? Chat, Joker, decide.
Yeah, we've only got 1 ration. Have we got a chance of getting any more?
Probably.
Because we don't really want to starve on after 1 ration. Just in case we have to go a while till we get some.
There's no real starving mechanic in this one, not like the Lone Wolf books, I think. Rations are just generally used for healing.
Do we need healing?
We're down 4, which is what we gain.
Oh,
What?
if we're down low. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mercurius Orlicus has arrived. The Merc strikes.
Indeed.
And they go to people who've been involved in the streams recently. Andy, Coco B, Peter Rowan, David Mills, and Mondo Hand. All regular names that I recognise. So I like it when that happens. I like it when that happens. So thank you, Mercurius. That'll keep regular stream attendees happy chappies. And we like it when they're happy chappies. Oh. Right. We've eaten the rations. We're now out of food. If you have a globe of green glass, no. You notice it is still glowing dimly. Well, we don't. And it begins to shine more brightly when you remove it from the depths of your pack. Oh, no, we haven't got one. Feeling somewhat refreshed, you shoulder your pack and set off along the well-used track that hugs the rocky base of the Black Keep. As you circle the monumental structure, the track becomes a ramp, climbing through the boulder-strewn foundation rock towards a gatehouse tower perched across a deep ravine. Once through the forbidding gatehouse archway, you find the portcullis raised and the drawbridge over the chasm lowered. There are no guards in sight. You are now at the main doorway into the keep, at Baron Tholdor's front door. Will you hammer on the enormous door and demand entrance, or will you look for a way to break in surreptitiously? Hammer or try and find a way to break in?
I know what I do, but probably the idealist one is knock on the door to stop it aggravating him even worse.
Okay, you're going to hammer on the door then. 2 people disagree with you.
Well, I know I'd like to break in, but it's a case of him finding us.
Does it have magnificent knockers? Probably not.
No,
Probably
only
not.
labyrinths have good double knockers.
And the House of Hell has a great big knocker at the start.
And that's without Pamela Anderson.
You know, I was never a big fan of Pamela Anderson.
Neither was I, but that was the first name that came into my head.
Yeah. Hello, Richard. Well, it looks like we've got 7 going for breaking in now. So breaking in has indeed won. Richard has tipped us over the balance. 28. A few paces to the right of the door and the drawbridge, a narrow ledge juts from the stonework of the keep and continues until it forms an eave over a small open window. Trying not to look down into the ravine, you stretch across the gap and gain a toehold on the ledge. Clinging by your fingertips to the rough edges of the stone blocks, you inch along the ledge. Above the window, you let yourself fall. Catch the ledge and swing through the window. Easy. You're in a small dusty room. To your right is a low door which is securely closed with a stout bar across it. Do we remove the bar and go through that door, or there is a door in the wall opposite the window we could try? So barred door or door opposite? Barred door or door opposite? Straw Piglet says opposite. Mercurius says barred door.
Yeah, but
So we have 4 votes for barred door, 2 for vote opposite, 5 for barred door with Andy's. Hello, Palmetto. So Keith and Palmetto. Yes, different type of bard, Mercurius. This type of bard doesn't try to shag everything. Unlike the bard of D&D nowadays. Fade to black, Straw. Fade to black. Oh, look. Oh, Mercurius again. Bloody hell. Saxius, Mac Thompson, Sheerinky, Richard Pyan, Svinfulka. I have seen, I mean, there's 3 I'm familiar with there. I was having a chat with Svinfulka on something recently. Hello, Ralph. But thank you again. Thank you again. I need to just update the thing. There we are. Another one. Thank you, Ian. Cheers. Cheers, we're curious. Straw Piglet. Why do Mormons stop having kids at 25? Is there a punchline here? Is there a punchline coming? Because 26 is just too many. I don't get it. I don't get it. I need this one explaining to me. Clearly, Halakar. I know. I look. I know Mormons have a lot of kids, so I was wondering if there was a deeper significance about the number 26, whether it was just 26 is more than 25. Yeah, I mean, I know that. I was just thinking if there was something deeper. I was looking at, is 6 because too many, you got the number 2, and I thought, is 6 a symbol for many somewhere? No, it isn't. I was just overthinking it. Overthinking. Yeah. Right. Bard door. Oh, the joke is the age. 25 versus 25 kids. Okay. 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 Right. Alternatively, there's doing the bard door 262. Coco B has been summoned by membership. Yes. Mercurius has been a generous soul tonight. Generous soul. Well, I say tonight. I think we have to start saying morning when Mercurius is being generous like this, because it is morning his time, because it is tomorrow. We're in Australia right now because his clock's upside down. A roughly hewn tunnel descends steeply before you. Brushing aside cobwebs, you follow it downwards. Daylight creeps in through cracks between rocks on the right-hand side. The passage must be running alongside the cleft that separates the monolithic crag, which forms the foundation of the keep, from the smaller rock on which the gatehouse has been built. When light ceases to seep in, you assume that the descending tunnel has passed the bottom of the ravine. It levels out, and you can just make out there is a side tunnel leading in from the right. However, it is blocked by an iron grill, and the main passage turns sharply to the left and disappears into darkness. We have to go that way. 332. Memberships from the future, indeed. You turn a corner and see the light ahead of you. You soon reach a landing lit by a single cresset. You lean over the balustrade and see the staircase wind steeply down from the corridor and disappear into darkness. From the landing, the corridor continues featurelessly and also disappears into gloom. If you decide to go down the steps, tell me. Otherwise, we'll continue straight along the corridor. Corridor or steps?
Corridor.
Corridor or steps? One vote. Yes, we did live last week. No, there's no option to put your hand in the grill, you mad Scot. You've been drinking, Ralph. Just because being from Scotland, you like putting your hand in people's faces. Corridor. It's all corridors. It's all corridors, apart from Mercurius, who's doing Mercurius things. Right. Corridor. 40. Yeah, of course he did. But he's allowed to. Next person who pops in, new. Hello, Barney Fraggles. I haven't said hello to you yet. Good morning, Barney. Good morning. And Jeb. Good morning, Jeb. I wonder if they're confused. You're a pacifist. Aye. Hello, Doc. Good morning, Doc. Although the corridor is deserted, it's now well lit by flaming cressets and the doors on both sides. From behind some of the doors, you hear the voices of Southern soldiers. And you tiptoe past. Others are silent, but the few you try to open are locked. You come to a door which has a key protruding from a keyhole. You turn it and open the door. The room is a large prison cell equipped with shackles and chains and other instruments of restraint. And in its center is a heavy bench with leather straps and buckles nailed to its corners and edges. Your attention is fixed on the captives, however. A young man and a young woman dressed in rags, weighed down with chains, secured to iron rings in the wall by horrific headgear that each of them wears. They are muzzled, and their heads almost completely enclosed in tight bands of leather and metal. They stare at you, but can make no sound. Who do we release first? The man or the woman? There's no option to leave them both alone. Release man or release woman. No, it's because Mercurius has been very generous and given out lots of memberships tonight. Because Mercurius lives in Australia, I've officially declared it morning everywhere, Barney. So it's morning where you are, and it's morning where you are, Jeb. Go on then. Why are we saying man or woman? Well, we've come across two muzzled captives. One's a man, one's a woman. We don't have a choice to leave them. Do we release the man first or the woman? Definitely not werewolves. No. Which one did you say, Joker?
Ladies.
Lady. There's a lady.
There might not be many in the village.
Bros before hoes. Ladies first. Two more for ladies first. Right. Hello, Shay Rinke. Rinky. I don't know how you pronounce it, but hey ho. Yes, Mercurius has been a generous soul. We're on 7-3 for releasing the woman at the moment. Anybody who hasn't voted? Hello, Novotny. Hello, you're wrong. We've had some pretty hefty rain here, but I gather the States have got it pretty bad as well at the moment. Any more votes? Release man or release woman? Richard says release the man. Okay. 7-4 now. It's a sneeze. Ah. Like a big ouch. That's how you say your name. Hurricane. I've heard, I mean, I didn't know it was that bad, but is it raining all over the world at the moment? Raining all over the world. Well, if any of you are in Florida, look after yourselves. Look after yourselves. Why are we releasing anyone? Because the book says so. Status quo. Rocking all over the world. Raining all over the world. And I like it.
They were good live when Harfield was alive.
Yeah. I mean, okay, they were a very simplistic band, but they wrote some catchy tunes and they put on a good live show. And they did a lot of illegal substances. Right, we're at 7-4. The woman down, deeper and down. Get down, deeper and down.
Matchstick Man.
We're in the army now. Yes. Pictures of Matchstick Men, yes. First album I ever bought by a single band, not a compilation, was a Status Quo album when I was about 10. Nothing like the Village People, Straw Piglet. That's in the
A lot better. They knew how to actually put a song together. And not just repeat a chorus every 2 minutes.
The Quo were a bit repetitive.
Their main hits were.
Yeah, they were.
Their main 2 hits, but there were other songs.
Paper Plane's a good tune, actually, yeah.
But whatever you want, do right.
Whatever you want. That was actually on the album that I bought, just supposing, when I was about 10.
Pay the price, do right.
You close the door and find a set of keys on a peg behind it and set to work unlocking locks and unbuckling chains. Unbuckling buckles, it says. Soon the young man is free of his chains and of the confining headgear. Not surprisingly, his face is swollen and he speaks as if his mouth were full of dry bread. Thank you. Hurry, please. You must release my sister. He's very agitated, holds his jaw in both hands and glances repeatedly at the door. Do we leave now or do we release the woman?
Live dangerously. Release the woman.
Leave now, release the woman. That was the man, yes.
Should have left the naked man in the hole with his shoe.
Oh, no, hang on. We did vote for the woman. Oopsie daisy. Which one?
Put the man back in the cage.
Put the man back in the cage. Put the man back in the cage. Yes, yes, yes. Where did I come from? Yeah. Ooh, I went for the wrong one. We went 1, 3, 2. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. We went 1, 3, 2. Then we went away to break in. 28. Then we went barred door. 266. 262. Follow the passage. Corridor. Release the woman 118. Okay. Yeah, we'll put him back.
118! 118!
You close the door and find a set of keys on a peg behind it and set to work unlocking locks and unbuckling buckles. Soon the young woman... willful ignoring of the chat's will, or just stupidity on my part. Stupidity on my part. Not surprisingly, her face is swollen, but she manages to smile as she turns to face you. The smile widens to a grin, and then turns into a yawn, and then her mouth opens wider still, and not one, but 100 writhing tongues emerge. Test our willpower.
I thought it's the men that's supposed to be good at licking, not women.
No. Oh, we've passed a willpower check. We've passed the willpower check.
We dodged the tongues.
We had a willpower of 6, which isn't good. We've just passed the willpower check. If you are successful, turn to 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have never been attacked by an opponent quite as unnerving as this young woman, who looks perfectly normal up to her neck, but whose head is folded back at an impossible angle. A forest of wriggling tongues sprout from a gaping throat. Make a note. Good monster to use in Call of Cthulhu. You shudder and prepare to fight. You shudder and prepare to fight. If you have the talisman of Loth and want to reveal it... No. Otherwise, turn to 128. Give us a kiss, love. Give us a kiss. Give us a kiss, love. You all right, love? Give us a snog. Yeah, lots of tongues. Sorry if I put anyone off their dinner.
The
young woman has
having it this late.
Yeah. Well, it might be breakfast, mightn't it? Because it's morning, remember?
Well, yes, I forgot most of your...
Yeah. The young woman has no weapons. The tendrils reaching out of her gaping throat must be for eating with. You try not to think about it and attack. This should be an easy fight. Yeah, it will be, because she's only got a skill of 4. Hey, we like it when they're that shit. Right. We're going to be using silver dice, and we're going to be using red dice. Actually, no, we'll go red and blue. We'll be red. Monster will be blue. Okay. But thank you, Mercurius. Thank you for the donation. And we're red. Monster's blue. Jesus. That's a tie. No, we've won. We got 4. She got 11. We've beaten her by 1. That's really, really bad. That's really, really bad. Yeah, we've won that one easy. And we've won that one. And we've won that one. She had to beat us by 8 just to be equal. So. If you win, your only thought is get out of the room. At least you now know why the 2 creatures were chained and muzzled. You close the door behind you and relock it. Turn to 79. Yes, we almost got beaten by an absolute scrub. Test your luck. Okay, if you say so. We'll use the red dice. So 3 and 1, 4. We are lucky. Oh, I said my daughter had found herself a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I got home from work tonight, and my son had a young lady he was cooking dinner for.
Oh, shoot.
It seems this.
Your son's
I
girlfriend is already helping herself to the kitchen.
He was cooking for her.
Oh.
I don't know if she's his girlfriend yet, but
If he's cooking.
If he's cooking, yeah. And he made enough for us as well.
Well, why else would we put in the effort to cooking if it's
Absolutely.
nothing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You've just got a double interview schedule to work on.
Yeah. Yes. So it looks there might be both of them. Given that they've both been single. Holly's 20, Jake's 17. I've never seen any sign of boyfriends and girlfriends.
Well, at least they've concentrated.
Yeah. Do I cook? Well, I don't cook geek, but I'll cook steak. Which no, I do cook. Yeah, I cook. I cook a good steak. I cook a good roast. I cook a good curry. I cook a good traditional English breakfast. I make a good chili. Make a good stir fry. Nice shepherd's pie. Well, should I say cottage pie? To be honest, no, I've not been allowed to speak to either of them yet. So, Dad, you'll embarrass us. Dad, no. I did say hello to the young lady who was here today. Just said hello. She's said hello. So she seemed very nice. She's quite a pretty little thing. I was thinking, well done, lad. Well done, lad. If you are lucky, turn to 56. Do you remember when I said my lad had got drunk at a party and got back and sick?
Mm.
It turns out it was her
that got him sick.
who was at the party, and she helped him. And she's the one who.
That's where it started.
She's the one who rang us to say he wasn't well, and she made sure he was okay and got home.
Oh, that's where it started. Interesting.
Yeah. So it could well be.
Knight in shining armor the other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice little maid Marion.
Yeah. But no, I don't know how nerdy they are. I don't know if they're nerdy at all. So yet. They might be. You were very lucky indeed. The two mutated creatures were victims of a disease magically created by the sorcerer Zakaz. The disease is infectious, but you have not been infected.
Woohoo!
Trying for the pity angle. I found out why he was sick. He had a few beers when he got there, and he's never drunk vodka before. And he was making himself vodka and lemonade, not realizing you should put about that much vodka to about that much lemonade in a glass about that sort of size. He got half. He was
trying to equal it up. Yeah.
He got half pint glasses that were a quarter pint vodka, quarter pint lemonade, and then drinking them like they were beer. Oh yes. So
half and half, not a good way to go.
And I said to him, how many do you have? He says, I think I had about 4 or 5. How quickly? How quickly? Very quickly. So that's why it went. But that's why it came out so quickly, and he was okay again in the morning.
Oh.
So lesson learned. Yeah. That's what. Yeah. But he was absolutely fine in the morning. So.
Oh, I'm sure I do know vodka seems to be the clearest one not to affect you hangover wise. If you It's pretty
Yeah, it can be. It
yeah.
can be. But he's trying to summon Daniel. Yes. He it obviously didn't hit him straight away, and when I've sat and had a beer with him, he's handled it fairly well when he's been steady. So I don't think it hits him immediately. I remember I sat and had 4 or 5 beers with him watching a football match when he turned 16, and didn't seem to affect him. I think it was just the speed with which he drank vodkas and just had too many too quickly. I mean, he might have been very drunk after 2 and not able to and not realize.
You know, feel the difference.
Yeah. You follow the corridor a little further and find that it ends as a staircase that spirals downwards into darkness. You set off down it. Yeah, gin for me. I haven't drunk gin for 30 years, ever since I filled my mate's bathtub with my spew. I wouldn't say fill it. I just spattered all inside it. Yeah. Your descent of the stairway is long but uneventful. You emerge at the end of a wide corridor where several other dark flights of steps descend to the same point. Ahead of you, the corridor is a little less dim, since it is illuminated by occasional cressets on the stone walls. You walk along the corridor. It bends to the left, then straightens again, and you see that ahead of you it forks into 2 passages of similar sizes. You draw closer and peer along each one. The left-hand passage is featureless, apart from the double doors you can just make out at its far end. The doors appear to be open. Light is streaming out. You think you can see a table laden with coloured objects, perhaps food, in the room beyond. The right-hand passage is equally featureless and equally long. It too terminates in a pair of doors, which are closed. 2 robed warriors stand on guard. Do we go left or do we go right?
Left.
Left or right? Tequila slammers. Oh. Left. So I had 3 left so far. Yeah, I miss the days when you could get smashed and feel nothing in the next morning. Yeah. Now 3 beers, something like that next morning. Last week I had a bottle of wine while we were doing this. My stomach still is not right. Unfortunately, I think my stomach is doing things with, whether it's wine or alcohol in general, that it's only done before with milk products. I've been having real gut ache. I mean, it could just be wine. It could just have been wine, but I hope. Yeah. My head was fine the next day. It was just my stomach. Just my stomach. No politics in chat. Neither try to go up, says Mercurius. Yeah, we had a good laugh last Friday. Good laugh last Friday. Left. Any more votes? We have 5 for left, 1 for right so far. Come on, chat. Pull your typing fingers out. Reminds me of the time my brother fell in the door cataleptic. Lied and told my mother he'd had a bad can of Ritz. And my mother thereafter would... Well, I don't... Ritz, I'm guessing, is it a beer or an alcopop or something? I don't know what Ritz is. I know Ritz crackers, and I know the Ritz being a hotel. A weak cider. Oh right, okay. So not even a good solid scrumpy. A scrumpy you can chew on. Cider with bits. I like an occasional cider. Is it like woodpecker strength cider? About 4%, 3.5%, 4%.
Woodpecker and white lining was my first introduction to cider.
yeah. Thing is, in America, the apple juice is called cider. So over here,
Applejack.
over here, cider is almost always alcoholic and more alcoholic than beer. Okay. Is apple cider always alcoholic though, Halakar? Cider is booze, yes. Very much so. Very much so. Hard cider is alcoholic. Ah. So you have hard cider. So you have apple juice, apple cider, and hard cider. Are those the three definitions? Right, okay. So over here, the term cider, it means it's alcoholic and typically stronger than beer. Typically about 6%, 5-6%, maybe a bit stronger. There you go, 7.3. Remember, I mean, draft cider, Strongbow, something like that's about 5.5%, isn't it? I believe. Right, left has won 7-1. Nobody else seems to want to vote. 252. Do you have mulled wine in America? Spiced warm wine with chunks of fruit in it. I didn't know you had a heart attack. You're wrong. So all recovered now, hopefully. Hopefully. Good. You are nearing the open double doors when a noise behind you makes you spin round. A wall of fire has sprouted right across the passage. You cannot see beyond the raging tongues of flame that reach up to lick the curved roof. You are now halfway between the fire and the doors. Do you decide to continue towards the open doors, or do you turn back to try and find a way through the flames? Continue to the doors or turn back?
Through the doors.
Disbelieve it and run through. Yeah, seriously. Continue. Need your cookie. Everyone's saying continue. All right. For those who watched my driving stream on Monday, I've got my C license now. I got it on Tuesday night. Not Tuesday night. It was Tuesday daytime. No. I played it on Tuesday daytime, ran a game Tuesday. I got the D license, C license, must have been last night. I can't remember. This week is all just blended into one. I've got my C license anyway. So another continue. So it's 6 for continue, none for turn back. Ooh. Do you get some form of income though? If you're not allowed to work, you've got to be provided for in some way. So do you get some form of income? Over here, you'd be helped out with that. But it is a bad string of events. Kidney stones, I've heard, are horrible. Yes, it is online multiplayer, Parmetto. Retirement and SSI. Okay. Yeah, that game I was playing, yeah, it was online multiplayer. Typically about 10,000 people online any one time. So the races are full. I got it with a very solid 5th place and barely any incidents in a 25-minute race. Any more votes? We're 6-1 at the moment. Yeah, it can be difficult over here. I read a story the other day about a guy who had a leg amputated below the knee, and he'd had written on his form able to walk about 200 meters. Hang on, he's got a prosthetic leg. So what? So any more votes? Continue or turn back and try and get through the flames. Those are your options: continue or turn back. 6 so far have voted for continue to the doors. 1 has voted for turn back. All right. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's your benefit then, because at £400 you'd have been a big guy, and at 237 and 6'4", that's heading towards healthy weight. Probably is healthy weight. I'm currently around £170 and 5'5". At my judo peak, I was about 154 to 160, around that range. I'm still 5'5", but I have lost a fair bit of weight recently. Yeah, client detached his leg and put it on the table. Judge told me he can obviously work at a job sitting down. Yes. Yeah, I am about. I think about 175. I was about 12.7 last time I stood on the. Well, for my build, for my height, I'm a brick shit house, but unfortunately, I'm 5'5" with very short, stubby legs, so I don't look like a brick shit house. You've lost 90 pounds in the last 15 months. Quality. Well done. I mean, when I was doing judo, I was 155 to 160 pounds, give or take. And I was very solid, very solid. But I've put a little bit of belly on since then. But a lot of that belly has gone over the last 6 months, just by eating sensibly. Right. So continuing towards the open doors, 81. Yes, I'm Didi. A banquet awaits you. I wish I had Wolverine's athleticism. A banquet awaits you beyond the open double doors. Walking into the room is like entering a tent. The walls are covered with soft, billowing sheets of material that are gathered together in the middle of the ceiling, where a mass of multicolored ribbons rustles. Thick ropes trail from the ceiling. In the middle of all of this, an ornate table is covered with fruits and sweetmeats. The perfumed breeze carries hints of gentle music. There is otherwise no sound. If you decide to inspect the food on the table, we'll turn to 218, or we can still decide to go back to the wall of flame. Food or wall?
Anything that doesn't involve turning back.
Yeah. So food for you. Food or flame? Yes, food or flame. Food or flame. Food or flame. Okay. 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4, 4-4, 5-4 at the moment. So at Jeb, we're at 5-4. Chat on 4-4 at the moment, with Joker pushing it towards the fifth one for food. So, any more votes, fellas? Mercurius has voted twice. But Mercurius has donated a fair bit to the stream. So there we go. Coco's backing up Mercurius. Halakar goes for food. 6-5. So right. A wall of flame is blocking the corridor behind Jean. We have the option to try and run through that wall of flame or inspect a table full of food in front of us. The choice is food or flame. Flame, pretty. Pay to win. Absolutely. Absolutely. Food, maybe we can cook it. There we go. 2 more votes for food because Barney Fraggles has voted for food as well. Oh, Barney had voted wall before, so he's changed his mind. So that's 1 off wall. So we're at 8-4 because Barney has changed it, moved his vote over. Right, 8-4. We are going for the food. We're so dead. Yeah, we probably are. We've missed tons of interesting stuff, I think. 2-1-8. Yes. You stride into the center of the cloth pavilion and stand beside the table, marveling at the array of tempting delicacies. Languorously, one of the ropes wraps itself around your waist, and in one sickening instant, the scene changes to madness and horror. The ribbed black cable constricts, splintering your ribs and lifting you above the table, which you now see through clouds of pain as a jumbled pile of bones and rotting flesh. The billowing tent sides are in fact writhing, leathery, veined membranes, and your destination, which you once saw as a mass of ribbons, is revealed as a pulsating red maw. The illusion is shattered. but so is your life. So yes, it was like a lurker above, but a lot more nightmarish. We dead.
Oh, wow.
No battle roll at all. Right, we've just failed at that book twice. So we're going to do something else. Did we still get the food? Well, no, we were the food. We were a new Cthulhu monster, indeed. We were the food. So never trust food or women. Absolutely, yeah, neat monster. yeah. Very nice. What should we do now then? What would you lot like to play now? A bit like a mimic, yes, very much. Ooh. Yeah. Who are you sending a message to, Joker? The missus? Let's have a butcher's. I tell you what, I have got Call of Cthulhu. Well, it takes a bit more setting up. I mean, we can play Alone Against the Frost again, and I plan to do so after Clericon, but it'll be after I've run the Forest Oracle, because I'm going to keep doing the Choose Your Own Adventures until I go to Clericon. Then I'll be away for a week at Clericon, and when I come back from Clericon, I'm going to be running a live game on this channel on a Friday night. Yeah, with live players who you can see, and I'm going to attempt to run.
One of them.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to run the Forest Oracle without any adjustments, as in, as the adventure is.
No edits.
No edits, and it is for your entertainment. For your entertainment, fellas. I said, Halakai, it does take a little bit of. I need to print out a Cthulhu character sheet and things like that. It takes me 10-15 minutes to get a Call of Cthulhu adventure ready. Even the Choose Your Own one. Why would I do that to myself? Why not?
Why not, indeed?
Why not? So we're going to have live players, and I'm going to tell them to try and keep a straight face. Yes, Straw Piglet, you're going to have to try and keep a straight face. You're going to have to try and take the adventure seriously in all of its utter shitness, because it is. It is the worst adventure ever written. But you players have got to try and take it seriously, because I'm going to be running it as is, and it's supposed to be a serious adventure. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can see myself chuckling and smirking and taking the piss out of it, but hey ho. I must confront the hate. Absolutely. No, if you don't know, if you're in chat and you're unfamiliar with AD&D module N2, the Forest Oracle, do come and play. Or just watch. Straw, it's just absolutely illogical, asinine, poorly written, poorly edited. There are errors in the maps, errors in the stats. The box text is nonsensical. The editor was either bribed or high as a kite. Absolutely. Probably high as a kite, knowing what TSR were up to at that time. And afterwards, how will I run it? I'm going to run it live on stream in the same way as I ran S3. But this time, the players will be audible on stream. You don't have to be visible, but you do at least have to be audible, so that your reactions can be heard by everybody. That's part of the fun of it.
What a warm up to New Year piss up.
Yeah. It needs a complete rewrite to make sense. Okay. I have got. Ralph did ask if I have Trial of Champions or Death Trap Dungeon. Right. Vote in chat.
The blue book.
Blue or red? Blue or red? Don't care. Flip a coin. I'll roll a d6. Shall I? Actually,
Odds and evens.
I'll roll 2d6, a red one and a blue one. See whichever one wins. Red. So, you said blue. That had 2 reds, and now I've got a red and a blue. Red. A mobile museum of what, first edition gaming. The thing about Ernie is, after his recent involvement with certain types who really did sully TSR's name, the 2 guys, Lanassa and Johnson, absolute knobheads. Quite why Ernie trusted them, I don't know. But so I don't know if he's able to be able to recover it all. And Ernie's not been well either. He's been very ill recently. So I question his judgment. I do question his judgment, I'm afraid. Which is a shame. It's a shame. I'd like to see something good come from the ashes of TSR. Did he? Oh, cool. Got married. I really would like to see something good come from those ashes, but it's not been in good hands ever since it got reactivated as a company. People, yeah, you've got to vet people better. You really, really have. So, yeah, it's a shame. It is a shame. Didn't they put out a game? Was it Giant Lands they put out, which was absolutely bollocks? From what I heard, from every review I heard of it. Skill, stamina, luck, rations, gold, equipment. Yeah, I mean, I can't afford to back anything after I spent $2,000 on a computer, but that's the way it is. Right. The way I'm going to do this, light blue gives us our skill. The reds give us stamina. Dark blue gives us luck. Wish us luck, gentlemen. Oh, God. How quickly are we going to die? Oh, Jesus. This could be the shortest game ever. This could be this is a module. This is an adventure that requires immense stats, truly immense stats, and we start with nothing in this one.
Can only go up and down.
I think we start. Let's go stamina and luck. Oh no, okay. We dead. Yeah, we very dead. We very, very dead. Okay. Are you sitting comfortably? Now, yes, this. I have never completed this book, and with a character with those stats, I really think we're going to.
We're not going to do it again.
No, but let's give it a try. It is another fiercely hot day, and the temperature in the sticky gloom below decks is unbearable. The air is thick with the acrid smell of sweating bodies. Nobody is allowed to speak, and the only noise to be heard above the monotonous creaking of the ship is the regular sharp crack of a whip, and the agonized cry which follows it. "Row harder, you dogs!" shouts the one-eyed overseer, as he cracks the whip once again. "Enjoy this pleasant voyage while you can, because you'll wish you were back on board after a day or two where you're going." Chained to a bench and straining hard at the long oar which you pull with two other galley slaves, your mind drifts back to that unfortunate day 1 week ago when you were captured. You had left Port Blacksand on a small boat to sail south down the coast to Oyster Bay. As ill luck would have it, a galley appeared on the horizon, heading in your direction. It drew steadily closer, and it was not long before your boat was crushed under its bows and you were forced to dive into the sea. There was nothing you could do but except climb up a rope that was thrown down to you, as your boat had become no more than a few pieces of broken wood floating aimlessly on the sea. It was useless to struggle as a crew of 20 hardened cutthroats surrounded you. A gruff voice from behind them ordered them to part, and an ugly, scarred man appeared, grinning and spitting juice from chewing tobacco onto the deck. His teeth were chipped and blackened, and a foul stench wafted in the breeze from his unwashed clothes. "Captain Bartella always delivers the goods. You'll make up for the one who died from the flogging yesterday. Saves me having to kidnap a landlubber. Must be my lucky day, but I wouldn't say it was yours." The captain let out a laugh, which was like a long, wheezing exhalation, and then barked out an order to his mate. "Take the rat below to meet the rest of the vermin." Since that cursed day, you've been chained to your oar, rowing to the point of collapse towards an unknown destination. Suddenly hear a shout of "Land ahoy!" and begin to wonder what evil awaits you. An hour later, you feel the ship bump against a jetty, and there is much shouting until the ship is finally moored. You are dragged from the ship with the other slaves and see in the glaring sunlight that you are on a small island. A somber-looking castle sits on top of the island, and next to it there is a semi-ruined amphitheatre. A man wearing black chainmail armour hands Captain Bartella a bag of coins. Satisfied with his payment, the wheezing captain orders his men back to the ship, and you watch them set sail. The man in black armour steps forward, saying, "You are now the property of Lord Carnus. It is your honour to die for his pleasure in the arena of death here on Blood Island. Only one of you will survive, and he or she will represent Lord Carnus in Fang for the next trial of champions. Baron Circumvit has modified his deadly labyrinth and is now offering 20,000 gold pieces to anybody who gets through it. Of course, Lord Carnus will keep the prize if you get through, but you will be spared your life. Baron Circumvit's reputation suffered greatly last year when somebody succeeded in getting through the labyrinth, but he now boasts that nobody can survive his new dungeon. Lord Carnus would like one of you to make Sir Cumvit eat his words. You must understand that he hates his brother's fame. Now follow me. You are led up the hill to the castle, where you are locked in a cell in the depths of the lower chambers, sharing the dark cell with your 4 others, a stout dwarf, a man-orc, a sinewy Easterner, and a bald, muscle-bound man. The mood is grim, and few words are spoken as each of you ponders the impending combat. 42 slaves arrived by ship, and only 1 will survive. The dubious reward is entry to a deadly dungeon. They're talking about Star Frontiers in chat. I've never played it. Never played it. Which is no surprise to anybody. At dawn the following day, you're woken by the sound of heavy footsteps approaching down the corridor. A key turns in the lock of the cell door, and 2 guards wearing black chainmail enter, carrying trays of food. Eat well, says one of them, as you will need all your strength to survive the day. By the end of it, you may all be dead. The guard then turns to you and offers you some bread and a bowl of soup. Do we take the food, or do we try to overcome the guards and make an escape? Food or escape?
Food, we need food.
Food or escape? Food or escape, chat? Eat. Food. Food. Looks like everybody's going food. Food, 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 food. It's food. It's food all the way down. Halakars. Try to overcome the guard so you can reroll stats right away. I like your thinking there, Coco, but it's only you and Halakar who are thinking that way, so we're going to be eating. Everyone else is playing it seriously. We're playing it seriously. Turn to 49. The soup is thick with chicken and vegetables and tastes delicious. You devour it greedily and mop up the last drops with the bread. You have not eaten well for a fortnight and now feel fit and ready for the coming ordeal. When you've all finished eating, you are led away to begin your first day in the arena of death. No, you haven't, Halakar. You can go with the crowd if you want to. See, I've found a ring as well. Oh, no, I haven't. I know what ring you mean. You're in the middle of the procession of 42 slaves, which wends its way along various corridors until you reach the amphitheatre. The sun is already beating down, making the sand in the arena uncomfortably hot to your bare feet. Seated high in the stands is a dark, hooded figure surrounded by guards. You watch him rise to his feet and lift his arms into the air, commanding silence. You know why you are here, Lord Carnus begins. It is my wish to be represented in the trial of champions. Some of you will die today, some tomorrow, and more the following day, until only one of you is left. Those about to die, I salute you. Lord Carnus sits down again and nods his head to signal the start of the proceedings. The slaves are split into 7 groups of 6, and you find yourself in a group accompanied by an elf, 2 Northmen, a dwarf, and an ogre. Your group is chosen first, and you are told that the first event is a race to test strength and stamina. A crude sack containing several heavy rocks is strapped to your backs. You watch as burning coals are brought into the arena and poured over a section of the makeshift racetrack. The 6 of you are then lined up at the start, each carrying your burden, and are told to race around the track until one of you is lapped or collapses. Then you are off, and you all jostle for position on the way to jumping the first pile of burning coals. Do we set the pace early, or do we stay at the back? Set the pace, or stay at the back.
Last at the back.
Okay, you're going for the back. What happens if... yeah. Stay at the back, stay at the back. Everyone's going for staying at the back. Okay. Yeah. Seems everybody wants... Halakar wants to set the pace. Set the pace. Coco says take the lead. Barney is bowing to peer pressure. Hal has his moments. I mean, he is... when he's really... When we see his ugly mug on screen, he's very well behaved. And... very constructive and productive and a good guy to have on stream. When he's in chat, he tries to troll everybody. Isn't that right, Halakar? Yes. Yes. You do. You do. You cause trouble. You are a troublemaker. You have a sense of humor similar to me, that of a 12-year-old. And that's a good thing. It's Friday, it's payday, and you've had a lot of caffeine. So we're at 6-2 at the moment. 7-2, sorry. I don't know what Halakar's like when he gets behind the wheel. I imagine he's quite chill. I think he's quite chill. Stay at the back, 107. One of the Northmen takes the lead, setting a fast pace. Round and round the arena you run, gritting your teeth harder each time you jump over the burning coals. It's for you. After 20 minutes, nobody has been left behind, and the Northman increases his stride. Throw 2 dice. Add 3 to the total if you are flogged by the guards. If the total is same as or less than your skill score, turn to 360. Okay. We've got to roll 9 or lower on 2 dice. I'm going to completely change the color of dice we use to these nice silver ones because those were evil. Oh, perfect. 360. The Northman increases his lead over the rest of you, but you feel you still have a lot in reserve should he come close to lapping the pack. When he gets within 10 meters of catching up, everybody decides to sprint. There are only 2 runners ahead of you, but you do not look back. Suddenly, there's an agonized cry followed by a shout, which calls an end to the race. The dwarf lies prostrate. The dwarf lies prostrate in the sand, having collapsed just as the Northman caught up with him. While you are led back to your cells, the dwarf is quickly put to death before the start of the next race. 136. When all the races are finished and the survivors are back in their cells, you discover that the bald man does not return. There are now 3 others left in your cell. Although exhausted, you find it difficult to fall asleep. Your mind is occupied with what challenge the next day will bring. In the morning, you are fed, and then one by one the slaves are led away to the arena. Eventually, your turn comes, and when you reach the door to the arena, you are told to choose weapons: broadsword and shield, or trident and net. Sword and shield, or trident and net.
Trident.
Trident. Palmetto is being racist against dwarfs. And Palmetto, I am glad you put the correct plural of dwarf there as well. Can't have the Tolkien plural, because Tolkien admitted he was wrong with it. He did do it to differentiate between just regular small people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not bad against dwarfs. I like dwarfs. Elves, on the other hand, big sissies. Ooh, let's dance and sing around the forest and be all nice and magical. No. Big girls' blouses, elves. All right. Trident wins. 275. You meant the spelling. Okay. All right, well, it just gave me an opportunity to be racist against elves then. Is that your phone, Joker? It is, isn't it?
It might have been.
It might have been, yes. Playing a jaunty tune. A guard opens the door to the arena, and you step out onto the hot sand, which is now stained red with the blood of fallen combatants. Suddenly another door in the arena wall opens, and out steps the dreaded bone crusher beast. Its tough, leathery skin glistening in the sun. Its ugly head is small and houses 2 narrow, near-blind eyes, a flat nose, and tendrils hanging over its taut mouth. Its torso, however, is massive, and its long arms are dauntingly powerful. I reckon that's got a few hit dice. Fighting with Trident and Net turned to 175. I hope they burn the elf at the stake. He did miss leg day, yes. 175. No. Halflings, I think, are my favourite race of all the demi-humans. I just I don't know. I feel an affinity towards them. You allow yourself a faint smile as you have chosen a good weapon with which to fight your adversary. Edged weapons cause little damage to the iron-like hide of a bone crusher. There is only one way to slay a bone crusher, and that is to make it fall to the ground, whereupon its delicate balance will be totally destroyed, and it will be impossible for the bone crusher to get on its feet again. You move forward cautiously to snare it with your weighted net. Roll 1d6. The number rolled is 1 to 3, turn to 31, 4 to 6, roll to return to 189. Return to 189. Your throw is on target and lands on top of the near-sighted bone crusher. As it thrashes around, it becomes more and more entangled and lets out an enraged howl. Before it can break free, you tug hard and pull the beast to the ground. The bone crusher lies helpless and defeated. Panting with relief, you are taken back to your cell. Turn to 113. By the end of the day, only one other person returns to your cell. It is the mean-looking Easterner, a man who looks as though he would murder you for 2 copper pieces. As the light quickly fades, a guard shouts out an unexpected command. There are now 2 of you left in each cell. I only want one to come out in the morning for tomorrow's combat. Sleep well. He bursts out laughing at his joke, and even before he is finished, the Easterner dives at you, brandishing a long, sharp pin, which was concealed in his headband. Unarmed, you must fight to the death. Bastard. Hello, Iman. Hello, Iman. Good morning, Iman.
Not for another 45 minutes.
No, Mercurius has paid for it to be morning. Did we bring a pincushion? Sadly not. Sadly not. Right, we are silver. It is blue. He has skill of 10. Our skill is 9. Ooh. We lose the first round. We lose the second round. We win the third round. He's only got 8 stamina, so yes, we win this round. 8-9, we lose that round. We lose that round. 7-4 stamina now. We've won that round. 7-2. I'm going to change one of the colors of these sets because I can't make out very easily the difference at certain angles. So I'm going to stick with silver for us. We've just lost that round. Let's go with a darker shade. We lose that round. Did we get 7? Was it 7 for us? Did I read them the wrong way round? If so, we're okay. We've won the fight. It did look like 3 silver dice. Yes, yes. So I don't know. If we go back. Let me go back. I've got a stream up. Now I'm talking in my own ear. No, we lost 6-7. We didn't get 7. We lost. No, we didn't. But we didn't both get 6 either. It was 5-1 and 1-6. So it was 6-7. So we lost. Right. Straw Piglet was messing us about. $7-5. We have now won the fight. We've won the fight just. We have 3 stamina left. So, yeah, Iman, we're not doing very well. This character's shit. You slump back against the cell wall after the fierce fight with the Easterner and fall asleep from exhaustion. When all the survivors are assembled in the arena in the morning, there are only 12 of you left. The first test of the day involves a deadly machine. You'll need lightning reactions and steel nerves to survive it. It is made of a pole fixed to a heavy base. 2 sharp blades stick out from either side of the pole, one at head height and one at ankle height. One of the slaves is made to stand by the pole, which is promptly spun around by one of the guards. The slave alternately has to duck under one blade and jump over the other to avoid being badly cut. Your turn comes last, and there are 9 survivors so far. We did live, just. The 2 others having had their throats cut. You stand by the pole, adrenaline pumping through your veins. The guard spins the pole and you start to jump and duck. Roll 2 dice. We're going to stick with silver. If the roll is same as or less than your skill score, turn to 94. You get into a steady rhythm of ducking and jumping, and slowly the pole spins to a halt. You have survived another ordeal. The next test begins immediately. You and the rest are split into 2 groups of 5. You watch as the first group of a dwarf, a man-orc, a woman warrior, a barbarian, and a dark-skinned southerner stand silently as a spiked ball and chain is lashed to each of their sword arms, and a small shield is lashed to their other hand. They are then blindfolded and ordered to commence battle against one another until there is only one left standing. It's a sickening spectacle to watch as the fighters tread warily around the arena, swinging their balls and chains. The dwarf falls first, quickly followed by the warrior woman. In the end, the southerner stands triumphant and his blindfold is removed. He is led away, and then each member of your group is armed in the same way. You can feel your heart pounding in your chest as the order is given to commence combat against the 4 unseen adversaries. Barefoot in the sand, nobody makes a sound. Do we step to the left, or do we take a step to the right? Do we put our hands on our hips, or do we move our knees in tight? Left or right? Left or right? Work that pole. I mean, it's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. I'm not going to pelvic thrust for you all now. I'm not drunk. Right. Left or right? Yeah, so which way do you want to swing? We're not swinging our balls yet. We're just stepping.
It's a step to the left. Talking about that, this karaoke at the bar of the pub up the road, and I'm doing this.
Oh. Why didn't you go?
I decided to do this instead.
Oh. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Otherwise, you'd be doing this on your own, but as it turned out.
Yeah, I would have been. Yeah. 5-1 at the moment. 5-1 for left at the moment. Let's do the time warp again. Oh, yeah. Big Balls by AC/DC. Yes, I get it now. Thank you, Gene. That's all right. I am familiar with that AC/DC song. Though I've never been a big AC/DC follower. I've heard lots of their stuff. I like what I've heard. Hello, PBR Street Gang. So we've got 5 votes for left, 2 for right at the moment. any more votes? I'm going to fill up my vape with rhubarb and custard.
Oh, they're lovely sweets.
I've got a new one to test today, a new device. I've given it.
Ooh.
It looks lovely, apart from the fact that you can't see how much juice you've got very easily, and the filling is awkward.
Aren't they supposed to get better by now?
Yeah, they should be.
Instead of the small mobile phones.
And look at that.
Yeah.
Do that again.
I mean, when they
very
first came
shiny.
out, it always made me laugh because he was like going back to the old mobile phones.
Yeah, look, little robot, little animated robot. Look at him, look at him, look at him.
What a way to keep kids off smoking. Not.
Halakar, if you bring your complete Taylor Swift collection, you're playing in my Call of Cthulhu game, aren't you?
No, but he will be.
Just saying. Just saying. Go West, young. Well, when people say "Go West, young man," as I always say, I think of a song by the Cult. We're still at 5-2. 5 left, 2 right. West is left, so there we go. Well, I'll make it 6-2. Any more votes, or do I just move on? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move on. Step left, 297. 297. 15 minutes, 17 minutes of stream left, 17 minutes. You step slowly to your left, straining your ears for the sound of movement. Suddenly there is an agonized cry and a dull thud as a body falls to the ground not far in front of you. Do we step further to our left, or do we stand our ground and swing the ball and chain? Well, there's a band called Go West. Pet Shop Boys did a song called Go West. The Cult did a song called Go West.
And there's a football show, which is still the same song.
Yeah. So left or swing? Left or swing?
Oh, the choices.
Well, it's 4 votes for swing at the moment. Swing.
Swing low. Coming for to carry me home.
It is unanimous from everyone who's voted so far, but there's 14 people in chat plus Joker, so it makes 15 potential votes, and only 5 have cast votes so far. There isn't a left and swing option, no, Barney, no. No. Palmetto makes it 6 swings. I think Mercurius is probably eating his breakfast about now. Because, of course, it is breakfast time. Mercurius has paid for it to be breakfast time. It is morning. No matter where you are, it is morning. So, we are swinging. 1, 3, 1. Just, is it... to be honest, I don't know what they eat in Australia for breakfast. Probably the same as we eat everywhere else. When I went there, I can't remember what I had. Did they even eat breakfast? I can't remember. Just as you begin to swing your ball and chain, one of the other combatants steps up behind you, swinging his weapon. Vegemite. Test your luck. This won't go well.
This is our dodge choice.
We have just passed.
Oh,
Aha, aha, you are playing in my Call of Cthulhu game. If you bring your Taylor Swift collection, if indeed you have a Taylor Swift collection, because you could be pulling out a leg. Again, if you have no Taylor Swift collection and you bring your Taylor Swift collection, you bring nothing. That's fine. But no, there could be horrible things done to your character. If test your luck. If you are lucky, turn to 148. A wallaby. Kangaroo, mate. You make first contact, and your unseen opponent cries out in pain as the spiked ball slams into his shoulder, but you do not hear him fall. You turn your head, listening intently for another grunt or groan. The man bites his lip and makes no sound. If you wish to stay where you are and continue swinging, say so, or do we then now step to the left? Swing, or do the time warp?
time warp.
Time warp for you. Left. Of course, she was a country singer. She was a country singer. I've not heard any of her stuff.
Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way she could get a name, and thankfully she left country music. She should have stayed in it, mind you, because her pop career hasn't done well.
Oh no, of course it hasn't. Taylor Swift. She's only the biggest pop star in the world.
Still no Shania Twain.
Well, I'm not into that style of music, to be honest. It's just not me. Yeah, she's made a lot of money out of singing songs that young girls like to listen to, and now she's shagging a very wealthy American footballer. Right. Okay. Where it's unanimous. So you've gone for. We've got. Hold on. I've been ticking the wrong one here. You went for left. Coco and Straw both went for left. Halakar went for swing again. Jean went for left. Ralph went for swing again. So we've got 2 votes for swing, 4 for move left. Any others? Any other votes? 3 for swing, 4 for move left. So most people have voted, but it's very close. So there's still a few more to vote. So we're still. I was never a Def Leppard fan. I was never into sort of hair rock. You know, the big 80s hair. I didn't mind some of it, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I was into the dark stuff. So, as you all know, I had a tape with Hysteria copied onto it. I listened to it occasionally. But my sort of thing was The Mission, The Cure, Sisters of Mercy, Echo and the Bunnymen, Wedding Present, some early 80s synth stuff as well, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, Visage, Soft Cell, bands like that. Oh, you were a thrasher. See, I was a moper. Any more votes? I mean, what I like now is a lot more varied, but I still fall back to my old mopey music. I like quite a lot of punk now. I like quite a lot of 60s and 70s stuff. I like some of the prog sort of stuff. And I like some heavier stuff. Bands like Tool, for example. And some of the heavier indie music as well. Def Leppard were fairly big over here, but they were huge in the States. That's the thing; they were huge. They had, I mean, Hysteria sold a lot over here as well, and they had quite a few decent chart hits, but they were huge in this. But they were very much for the American market in terms of your heroic character's dying. Oh, Iman! Oh, Iman! Not a hero anymore. Excellent old men rockers, as were ZZ Top. They could perform live
whenever they weren't stuck at gas stations
with that big car.
Yeah.
Ogling women with long legs.
That's all I remember is that music video.
Yes. Yes. See, Motley Crue were big hair as well. From what I remember of them. Anyway, it looks like we are stepping left now because they've won by one vote. We have 6 minutes left. One 2-0. Tell me the juicy details tomorrow. Okay. You walk very slowly. As you know, there are bodies lying in the sand. You stop to listen, but hear nothing, and decide to turn around and walk in the opposite direction. Suddenly you hear a gruff voice cry out, "If there's anybody else, I'm over here." You decide to accept the bold challenge and walk in the direction of the voice, swinging your ball and chain. You clash head-on with your unseen opponent in a blind fight to the death. Oh, goody, goody.
What a way to finish 6 minutes.
Yeah. We're silver, he's red. We've got a 1 skill advantage, but he's got a lot more stamina than us. Oh.
Good night.
And that is good night. That is good night. Our character has died. But next time, you know what? We're going to roll a new character. We're going to play this book again, and we're going to start at 120. Never even made the dungeon. No. we're going to start at 120 next time with a brand new character. So we'll see how we get on. Yeah, we just had a character with bad stats. You need good stats in this one. Simple as that. When the first enemy you fight has a skill of 10, you're going to need good stats. It's just the way the book is. So, right. We lasted all right. We made some good choices along the way. But that's the way it is. We're gonna have to deduct a luck point from our new character because we've used the luck. We just assume we've passed the other things, and we start again there. So there we go, and I'll put that sheet of paper in the book so I know. Actually, I'll put it in by the page we're at.
The start of the 3-fight tournament.
Yeah. Yes. We might have a chance to succeed. God, I'm starting to get tired. Right. So, with that book done, we've got 2 or 3 minutes of stream left. Do we have a game tomorrow, Jean, in the afternoon? I'll be at work tomorrow. I'm going to be running a game of MERP tomorrow evening. I've tried to update as much of the schedule as it'll let me, so that we've got the MERP games lined up for the rest of the month. Then you're around and ready to go. Excellent, Jean. Well, if my boss is not at the shop tomorrow, I'll be there to play. I can guarantee you that. I'd imagine Daniel will be there. I think Slan's free this weekend, so we should have at least 3. So if anybody else is up and about, Brian sometimes gets up. Slan missed the last 2 weeks, didn't he? That's the thing. He missed the last 2 weeks. Any special Call of Cthulhu for October? I possibly could do. It's tomorrow morning your time. Yes, you're wrong. That'll be Jean running it. I imagine I probably could do. You know what? Yeah, I think I will. Let me give it some thought. About when I can squeeze in an extra Call of Cthulhu game. It'll have to be a one shot. It'll have to be finishable before Clericon, preferably well before, because I've still got a bit of prep to do. But yeah, you're welcome to join. You're wrong if you're up early enough tomorrow. So let me give it some thought. So on that note, if you're around tomorrow afternoon, I'll see you then. If you're playing tomorrow evening, I'll see you then, or morning and afternoon, your times. I don't know if there's an Axe game being played this week. Or, Call of Cthulhu Tuesday for Horror on the Orient Express, and stream Wednesday. And I'll have a think about whether I've got enough time to squeeze in some other Cthulhu-related shenanigans before I go off to Clericon. Actually, I get back from Clericon on the 30th.
Don't wear yourself out.
Yeah, I've got work to do as well, but we shall see. Anyway, all right. Nice one, Palmetto. Nice one. Right. Okay. I will. Those of you who are there tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, Joker, for joining me.
Thank you
in the stream, and thank you everybody who's been around in chat tonight. Everyone's been nice and chatty, and I'll see you on the next one. Good night, all.
Really?
Good night. Good night.